first and foremost thing, how many of you believe what the topic is billionaire's blueprint? Is it possible to become a billionaire being a medical professional? Yes? Okay. If it is possible, those who are telling impossible, impossible by itself means I am possible. So how it is possible? We'll learn. Okay. So it is possible that out of so many millions of these sperms, one of them is fertilized and we are born. So it is possible. Out of the Milky Way galaxy, we are in Earth. It is possible. Among the Earth, we are in India. It is possible. And not in India. India has a long duration of history. During the history, we are now standing in the time of Amrit Kal. And this Amrit Kal, this period has happened across the globe, not only in India. Now this is the time of India. Now how it is possible? Let us look these calculations. So I have not started from 1 or 0. We have started from at least from millions, which I expect any doctor should be able to earn at least 10 lakhs. From 10 lakh, how we can make into 100 crores. So what is this? It's showing is 10 lakhs. How much rate of return is written? 26%. Is it possible? Yes. Yes, that is also possible. How it is possible, I will be telling you. That is the blueprint. And duration is 30 years. And earning money or making an asset is actually an intergenerational thing. It's not that a single generation or particular 10-year, 5-year period has to be made over a longer duration time. That's why this is the calculations. Now how it is happening, let us see. So now how the Amrit Kal has happened across the globe in the other countries. So if we look for after the Second World War, always this Amrit Kal starts at the beginning. Amrit Kal starts at the beginning after a certain events. When something happens bad, then we try re-energize. Okay, so we have learned as a pediatrician, I like very much of the growth charts. Any certain illness happens, what happens? Suddenly growth will fail to happen. Then after that, what happens? Catch-up growth. Catch-up growth is often very rapid occurs. And that is what thing happened in the Japan also during that. After World War II, they rapidly grown over the next 30 years. If you look for this, from Italy, nearly 1,000 and has gone very fast. Same thing happened in the US also. From here it has started and it has gone for the almost 80s to 90s, 2000. Catch-up growth also. Initially fall, then sudden rise will be there and that is likely to persist over a longer duration. So now the millionaire or billionaires, everything starts with the mindset. So one needs an abundant mindset before achieving all these things. So anything, suppose we want to create an asset, we should have a love for the asset, we should appreciate the asset. Once you let the money is bad, then money will never come to people. So if the money is good, rich people are good, that mindset should. So people have a belief that, okay, rich people are bad people. Those thought process will not come. So that is called law of attraction. What we love, that will attract, come back to. Once we will ask, the thastu will be there. Then it will come back to us. Now next thing is, we should be able to visualize. Now I am here, that is the present reality. Now what is my desire? Then that will be achievement will occur. So we should be visualizing. Now that is my position. Next, after a few years, I may be thinking, I have a big farmhouse, I may have a big swimming pool, I may be some things will be there. That thought process always inside subconscious mind should be there. That will drive the growth. Then each and every time, whatever our actions, we should be doing with some thing, the goals we will be doing. So, and always we should have an affirmations we will be reading. Either day to day we will be reading or weekly we will be reading. So that affirmations will keep us in the track. While driving, we are very much of conscious and alert. Same thing, this is also just like a driving process. So this is one of this for millionaires what we have meant. I am following a billionaire's blueprint with an abundant mindset. I am an excellent money manager, that mind should be there. Then my money works hard for, I pay myself first and my money works hard for me. These are most important points. Only once we have a belief and we will be continuing this belief over a longer duration, then only we will become a millionaire. Now disclaimer for this is whatever the stocks names I will be discussing, I might be holding personally. It may be here in my family portfolio or with my relatives. So should not be considered as a thing. Now how to achieve? Two things, what my folio, two things I'll be doing. One strategy, and only I'll be discussing through the direct equity investment. One part is the core, another is satellites. So if I have 100 rupees, 70% I will be allotting to the core and 30 rupees to the satellite. I expect core will be generating 20% of return and satellite almost 40% return. And all the investment, nothing is passive, all are active investment. All through alertness will be there, just like driving the way. So anytime I'll think it is out, I may be exiting, or and anything it becomes stop, I not. So when I'm riding a train also, if train is going backwards, I may not be there. Whenever it is going forward, then only I will be there riding. When it goes backward, I'll depart, I may lead another train. Because ultimately my destination is the target. So now how to achieve? Out of the 70 rupees, 20% is 14 rupees. Out of 30 rupees, 40% is 12 rupees. I want to achieve. So now the thing, on what strategy, how to basis? Basis is, here 70% of decision is based on the fundamentals, means right kind of stock. Management is good, track record, performance of the stock is good. Now earnings is going on, there I will be wording this. And entry, exit and addition is based on the technical. Choosing a stock is based on fundamental, but entry, exit and addition is based on technical. So most of the stocks are the leaders. In a jungle, many monkeys will be there, few gorillas will be there. Gorillas are very big in size and their longevity is very long, double the size. And the monkeys will never challenge the gorillas. These stocks are my gorillas. These stocks will be my gorillas. So are the rare leader, they have a moat. So much competitive advantage is there and the longer lives. So almost 12 to 15 stocks will be there in this basket, this core. So my tranching, next is how to tranche them. Always the doses we give some condition, we give a loading dose, then maintenance dose. Loading dose will be higher. And I will be picking them, initial tranche will be higher. Suppose I am allotting each stock, suppose I am allotting 6%. Initially may allot 2 or 3%, second 2, 3%, third will be 1%, next 0.5% will come. That should be the addition. Even if stocks falls from the top, my initial profit will be there, ultimate loss will not be there. If the initial allocation is low, subsequently high, if stocks falls, it is gone. So next thing is, in the satellite parts, so what 40% how I can generate, majority of the investments, which group of stocks here, the majority of the group of stock, either they are cyclicals or emerging stocks or turnaround stocks will be there or some of the special situations. So these group of stocks, 70% of decision is based on technical, because some of the emerging stock or turnaround, you cannot see behind is always bad will be there. Bad things will be there, not happen. Now something changes is happening. And how the changes will be detected? One question I will be asking, you ask me or I will ask you just before the conclusion slide. What is the first point to identify all these things? Okay? So now the thing is, almost 12 to 15 positions. I am not telling stocks now. These are not the number of stocks, position. I may be riding the same stock 2 times or 3 times a year also. Okay? How much I will be profiting each stock, I will tell. So here also, but I will be using a technical, most often daily or weekly chart, but here often it is only monthly charts to identify the technicals. So in his allocation will be very fast, maybe 2% first, second 2%, third will be 1%, and these percentages may be happening within few weeks. Because I expect most of the stocks runs only for 1 to 3 months only. Beyond that, we'll be exiting. Now why it is possible? What drives the possible this much of percent return? I have told you satellite 40%, this is 20%, is it possible? What will be driving for this Amrit Kal? So robust economic growth in India, now it is the 5th largest. We are going for the 3rd largest within next few years. Now fastest growing economy and 30 trillion economy, what we are expecting is by 2047. So now you multiply from 3.7 or 4 now, 3.7 to 30. How much time? And that much times money can be made or no. Okay. So many of the government policies are there and strong government are there, and demographically we are located in a good place for all the business activities. So these will be driving for this growth. Now what is the trend and shift is happening which will grow that manufacturing or demand? Everything depends upon demand and supply. All stock investment is demand and supply. Whenever the demand increases, supply will rise, then all the businesses will become profitable. So what will demand increase is epidemiological shift, what I am telling you. Initially, if we look for this, majority of the population in India are low socioeconomic or low middle. Now this is 18. Then what you expect is 30, majority of population will come upper middle class. They will drive the growth of India's economy. So what will happen if the upper middle class will earn 100 rupees? He will spend 41 rupees for daily expenses, basic needs. 41 rupees out of 100 is enough for his basic need for upper middle class. Rest 49 rupees will be there. This 49 rupees how he is going to spend? One, some part of the money they will go to save. So financialization, inclusion. So till now only 7% of the population are having demat account or direct equity investment. We are expecting within next 10 to 15 years, this 7 to 8% is likely to reach up to 30%, 30 to 40%. So once, and this occurs during this phase. Second thing, in addition to this, many people will start spending premiumization. So premium product, premium vehicles will buy, or housing also, premium kitchenwares, all these things will be buying. So, and also, so when they buy more, this manufacturing sector will develop. So this is the driving. Next, how to screen for the core companies. So the core companies, as like we see for the vital sign when patient come pediatric assessment triangle, we see for whether this is good or not. So only when this fulfills, so these are the three things what we will see. If this fulfills, my 50% work is done, this part of front. Company should be minimal or low, very low debt should be there, and return on capital employed should be at least 15%, because India, cost of capital around 12% will be there. So my company should be generating more than that, and ROE also return on equity. Now many of them companies, what they tell is sales growth is happening, na? That is externally visible. Then that is the vanity. Bottom line is the sanity. But ultimately, what is the amount coming to the bank account, that is important, cash flow. So always focus on the cash flow. How much company can inflate, how much the sales, company may inflate the profit. But what is account is deposited, that is most important, is cash flow from operations. What percent of the cash flow? Each cash conversion is happening from the profit. That's most important thing one need to see. Once these things are there, then you will go look for the what is the edge of the company or competitive advantage. Only when this criteria fulfills, then I will go back to see what is the past record or what the presently is doing. The past history we will ask now, and also present history we will ask. In the past, what is the sales growth? We expect 10 to 15% sales growth over the 10 year, 7 year, 5 year or 3 years duration. Same for operating profit margin, and also the profit after tax growth should be higher. And then what? Now, not only sales, whether the company is making good sales, good profit, but is the company growing? I need internal compounding. Company should reinvest the capital so that further growth will be happening, that reinvestment. At least 30% reinvestment should be happening out of the cash flow generated. So this, till this first three are the past history. Now present history, I will be tracking last 12, so last 4 quarters what has happened. The last 4 quarters happening, it tell me something earning trigger is happening. If sudden rise is happening in the last 4 quarters, then I will think some improvement is happening. So what I will see? Sales growth, profit growth, how much product has been sold, how much price has been raised, new emerging sector expansion is happening or no, or margin expansion, debt reduction. And family and peers history we will ask now. What means? We will be just comparing with the peers, peer comparison. With the peer, is it doing better or no? And also red flag, any danger signs are there or, no? Longevity of the business can be done by product and service, what new product or service is launching, whether new competent management is joining, new capex is being done, new acquisition of company is happening, new geographical expansion is happening or no, is it increasing its market share or share price expansion. Next P, price increase. People, how to identify this type of stock? Just look at the 10 years chart, draw a line from 10 years back and till now. It makes a 45-degree. Most likely this is a consistent compounder company. And the valuation parameter, the product service should be understandable, and promoter management should be honest and experienced based on the previous track record. Always the opportunity size is important. How the opportunity size is. So if the small fish in big pond is likely to grow much faster, if the company is the small cap or mid cap and there is lesser competitors are there because of they are likely to grow faster. Now once based on this I will filter dive, I will have a deep studying about the company and a deep understanding. To study a single company, it takes almost 3 months. So we require only 3 to 4 companies in a 1 year to study. So now once you have created a differential insight, now you will be based on your conviction and courage, you buy the stock, and I have told you initially allocating higher. Now these are the various sectors and sub-sectors you have need to divide it. As 12 to 15 stocks, you need to divide all. Why I am choosing it, this left side consumption is the first because middle class has to be targeted. They are the major. Tech, finance, industries, and then sub-sector, and leaders among each group has to be chosen. Okay, suppose agrochem, I am getting who is the leader is doing best thing. So now the thing is most important. Again, if I have selection is the only 20% work done among the selection. Most of the profit occurs due to the capital allocation. So now there are 3 friends are there, A, B and C. All have together sit together and selected based on the criteria 20 stocks. And they have decided to invest it. Now first person has invested equal amount to each stocks. Second has allotted higher to those are the winners. Okay, he added up to the winners, so larger allocation to the winners. Third person, when the stocks are falling down, averaging down. So ultimate allocation is coming down, going up. What is the return? The person who has added to the winners has the highest return of 52%. Those who are added to the losers, negative return. And only 5% return, equal allocation. So what is most important is allocation. Allocation. Ride the winners, cut the losers. Water the flowers, remove the weeds. That's all. So now when I am doing adding, some technicals. So this is a combination of chart, okay, Donchian channel as well as parabolic SAR. So look, this is the example of one stocks. So now this is the point of time strength, relative strength become positive. And this is the base line of the Donchian channel. When the price movement has gone up, you will be entering here. 2 things, stock has a strength and outperforming. You added. Now what exit gives? Here it gives you exit. Now parabolic SAR are becoming negative and also here become negative. You have exit. So within 5 years, 1000 become 4000. And when you are getting a good stock, you need to ride. Add and ride. That's the thing. Now this is core. Satellite, few things. So how to return satellite 42%, how it is possible? So how it is possible I am telling. So this is the, look at this, suppose one has taken percentage of position and number of positions, return. Is it possible to get 4% return in a stock 1 month? Possible with a good choice. How many times you are rotating? 12 times. Overall return how much becomes? 60%. Our expected return is only 40%. So here is dependable. Suppose this is the 6% return, 10 times rotation. 10% return 6 times, will be doubling it. So it is possible. Now, is it possible? How we can know? So this is what last 1 years. These are the number of stock, how many has outperformed. So if you look, last 1 year, 88 stocks has given more than 100% return. Okay. So almost 200 stock has given more than 50% return. But we are expecting small fragment of stocks. 10%, 12%, 6% returns, shorter duration, and we will be rotating to generate a 40% of return. And that is based on the technicals. So technical class will be there afternoon, you can ask that time. So now let us, everybody may ask what Dr. Soren is investing. Okay, so these are just example, not a recommendations. These are the stocks which are trending and outperforming, because my first choice is what is outperforming the thing. One is financialization theme, first one we have decided. Most of the mutual fund stocks or the CDSL like BSE stock has outperformed. Second group is clean water, clean environment, large number of populations. Okay, density. So we need a clean water, clean environment. Some stocks will get benefited in this. Water recycling stocks and all. Well, they have outperformed hugely within the last 1 year time frame. And we expect they are likely to continue. Data center, now government is planning that our data should be there in India, it should not be US. They may hack the data, mobile phone, video, everything we are doing should be there in India, should not be given to go. So it is like to develop. During the data center, what will need? Huge number of electric consumption will be there. Power sector, transformer sector, wires and cables, they are likely to get bending. How they outperform, that is the story is telling. Now this is the beginning, again I am telling you. We have started in 2022, a long way to go. Electronic manufacturing, Dixon Tech, PGL, they have outperformed hugely. So we need, India needs. And now, earlier we are importing so much, now we are in the phase of exporting. The all mobile phone, iPhone servers telling now all these things. Now it will be manufactured in India, we will start exporting the thing. Transformers, when the middle class population increases, more power consumption demand. So this sector will be dying. Healthcare, again now hospital will go to the home. People not need to go to the hospital. So that system will be coming, and this how they have outperformed also. Last two things. Once we have planned based on this investment, in addition, as we will do the monitoring, so we need to review every 3 months, 6 months. Suppose in a satellite, we do satellite investment once in a week, weekly and only once. And for the core, monthly once, we'll do only 1 day in a month, we'll be reviewing and we'll be deciding. And final decision is based on the quarterly results. So we need to identify what mistakes we will note it down based on the decision. So not to make a same mistake again and again. Doing mistake is okay, but repeating mistake is never okay. Now take key home message. Any questions I have told you? First one, anything I wanted to ask? Only one question I have asked. Where is the starting point of the investment? Any stock, how I get stock ideas? Any stock making new high with a reason. My first criteria is which stock is making new high. Any stock is making new high, there the research starts. And there is something hidden reason. We want to find why it is making new high. Okay. Medicine and stock investing both are science of uncertainty and art of probability. If art of probability, there is a possibility. How to become a millionaire to billionaire? Early identification of the business. Early diagnosis is important. And effective enough allocation. Enough dose should be given while treating. Dose should be adequate. Duration should be right. Same is hold on to the stock if it is going on performing. No point of okay, now it is done. Likely to go up. Sky is the limit. Nobody knows how far it is. So one company is there. PG Electroplast was there. In 2020 COVID time, the management he had started selling his own stocks. And that stock price was 4 rupees. Now it is 1,000 rupees. Last 4 years. Electronic manufacturing company. Management also did not know it will prosper so much. Some people has bought his stocks. Okay? Demand, everything demand. He did not expect that much demand will come. So that's the thing. So monitoring, follow up this thing, discipline in patience. But to remember, hold on only those who will have a strength. Strength is life, weakness is death, expansion is life, contraction. Strength is life. My stock should be outperforming sectoral index, and my sectoral index should be outperforming the broad benchmark. Now, expansion is life, my stock should be expanding its business. Reinvestment of capital should be happening, expanding into new geography, and price also expanding. Then I will be holding on. Thank you. Wishing you each one of us a billionaire. Oh, sorry, billionaire. Okay. So P is price, second stage. Q is the volume. Price rising, volume rising. I like the parabolic volume rise. Once price is rising, volume is rise. Next price rise, again higher volume. Next rise, more higher volume. That's the second preference. Third thing, R. R is Sir has told relative strength. RS. Okay, PQRS, na? Relative strength. My stock should be outperforming the index of that sector. Suppose I am the IT stock, IT sector is outperforming my stock, and IT sector should be outperforming the broad benchmark like Nifty. That is RS. Third thing is RSI, relative strength index. RSI more than 55. Okay. Then last thing remains the T. T is, one is the trigger. What is triggering this price rise? What the company is doing. That's deep understanding I need. what the trigger. Next is this stock should be belonging from a tailwind sector. Some time of the period of the some tailwinds will there. Suppose government push is there, this particular sector. So that sector will rise. So these are the parameters. P is price, Q is volume, R for relative strength, RSI, one more indicator, T is tailwind sector as well as trigger for that particular stock. That's my technical analysis. Thank you.